welcome to Social Moments, where we dish out the latest scoop. Today, Ife Agoro, aka Dango, is on the hot seat because of our opinion on surrogacy. Also, real Warri Pikin has been eaten up by netizens for claiming that she's pregnant after we saw her some months ago with a very snatched dress. Double wahala for dead body. The will of late Chief Iwuanyanwu is out, and there is terms and conditions for his widow. This is not all. Davido is also being dragged somewhere for doing, promise and fail. Anyway, stick around and we have lots more to talk about. Don't go nowhere. All right, welcome back to Social Moments. My name is Otun Joy Abosede, and as usual, I am here with my aproko partner.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am the voice of Mo. I trust that you guys have gotten your popcorns and everything you need. It could be your groundnut, it could be, your
Tea,
bottle of
water,
drink.
anything.
Because the drinks that we have for you today. Social media people, too like basketballs. You always say, I don't like peace. I like war. That's what people. That's the vibe I'm always getting.
But I mean, that's also the same thing with content creators. They are always saying, you know what? Let us just put something out there that will make people talk, that will bring, a lot of engagement, and just bring. Well, after all, we have the space already. Because tell me why Ife Agoro, Diary of a Naija Girl.
Yes, so
some weeks back she came out and she said she talked about if you're 30 and above, you can just freeze your eggs. And she mentioned that it is quite expensive.
Yeah, she did mention
But,
that.
a lot of people still came for her again and say, because you now have money, that's why you are talking about freezing of eggs. What about those that don't have? And she said it is for those that have money. Okay, now we rested on that case. Next one, she's out now talking about surrogacy. And this time around, netizens are not having, they're like, Ife, yes, you are our community leader, but this one that you are saying is not going well. I mean, why would you say that it's a woman's choice, to birth through surrogacy? Like, you don't need to have health issues. You might just be fine. Everything is going on well. You are healthy. Everything is just perfect. But you know what? I don't want to use my own.
Yeah, I think that it really true, especially for women who have fertility issues, it didn't really sit well with them, because she had made mention of the fact that, if you have money, the way she put that statement was more like how she's actually okay. Her her tubes, everything about her fertility is fine, but that she's going to choose the option of a surrogate. And people are not having it, because the idea behind a surrogate is for people who their bodies, for lack of a better word, has failed them. And they have tried every means to get pregnant, and they're not able to do that. And they're like, okay, you know what? Thanks to science, thanks to medicine, they've been able to come up with a way that, they get your egg, they get your husband's, sperm, and then, they inseminate it into another person, and the person helps you to carry your child and give it. But the way Ife had put it was more like, that situation of, I have the money and I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
You know what? I don't want to wash my clothes. Let me get someone to do it for me, and I'll pay the person. Oh, I don't want to clean my house. I'll just get someone. And they're not using
it didn't sit well, like I said, with a lot of people, especially those who have
a lot of people that are praying to just have that experience. Yes, a lot of times women will say pregnancy is no joke, the changes in your body, how you start to feel ugly, you're no longer confident in yourself. But still, there are people that want to experience that, even if it's just one. So that when I'm in the midst of women that are talking about stuff like this, I can also say, oh, yes, when it happened to me, this was how I felt. It is not perfect. The journey is not smooth. But then I feel it's part of nature that women just want to experience, So you coming out to, commonize it like it's something that, you can just do. There's this celebrity guy, I think he's an artist, and he's a skit maker too, that came out to say that is not what God said about this. You are trying to deviate from the natural cause of things. Why would you just come out and say you can decide not to have your kids, and that is not how God wants it to be. God wants the women to carry their child to term and give birth. And she's still standing on what she
is. Yes, it's a situation of, I think it's now becoming a case of, if you have the money, that money answers all things.
You like.
Exactly. And which is why a lot of people you know, while some people agree with her, like even some people are like, oh, even me,
even
if I have
myself.
the money.
Now, people that are actually saying that even myself, if I have the money, I'll do this, are people that had already experienced.
Or people that actually don't even have the money, safe. They are just living. They are delulu. So their delulu is their solulu. But I mean, I don't know if it's something that even the average Nigerian man or the average African man will even come to terms with. And even as a woman, you know how a lot of times we always say that westernization has, you know, in Yoruba land, we say olaju baluje, like exposure is really, you know,
it has done more harm than
good. And this one, sadly, is supposed to be a solution to a problem. But instead, we are now making it the go-to. Instead of it being a solution, we're now making it an option. That, in fact, we're making it or she is trying to make it a non-negotiable, like, which is why a lot of people...
But what if this thing that she has said now affects those that really need it? Maybe a lot of hospitals or maybe a law is passed saying that, you know what, let's ban surrogacy.
No, they might not even ban it, but I saw a post where a lady was talking about the fact that, you know, while Ife is saying that she doesn't want to stress her own body through a particular process, that what about the other woman whose body is going through that process? Also, if they're not careful, it will now be a source of income. For people, because somebody who cannot be like, okay, you know what do I want to be a surrogate. How much are they paying surrogates? I know in Nigeria it's about 1.5 to 2 million, you know, minus feeding and all of those things. So people will now see it as a source of income. So they will now see it as, okay, maybe just to carry belly for 9 months, the people will feed me, they will feed me for that 9 months.
They will house me, they will do everything.
Exactly. And that's going to be, sadly, it will now be, people will now see it as a job rather than it being, you know, a solution to
the problem,
to a problem.
I mean, and this has gone on to, I think this was the reason why Katrina came out to say what she said when real Warri Pikin released videos on Father's Day celebrating her husband and saying, oh, you're such a good man, you're such a wonderful man. And then, boom, she surprised us with a baby bump.
Which some people initially thought was a lie until she now dropped another video showing us
because
the
people actually doubted it for the fact that just JP25 here a few months ago she attended that event and she was putting on a very snatched. She just
wait.
It was just a photo shoot.
Because did you see her at the event?
There are videos of her at the event now. Or was it just a photo shoot?
Did you see any video of her at the event? No, did you see any video?
I mean, people on the comment section said there were videos of her at the event.
So
she attended the event.
So this is it. She took pictures, yes. But I have not seen anywhere where somebody has a video of her attending the event. Now, let's even assume she attended the event. The journey between, when was JP? JP was like 2 months ago. 2 months ago is a whole lot of time for a bump to grow. Trust me.
And the bump that we are seeing is like a 5 months, 6 months each.
So you see, the thing there is,
and the dress she was putting on, the people screen grabbed, was snatched.
So this is it. Like, you know, just like it was with Priscilla, right? A lot of people, you know how some people, they always say that, especially for ladies, you have down stomach.
Down tummy,
So that's, if you are the kind of person that has down tummy, a lot of things, this place
is where
would give, it would actually give you that snatch part and then that. However, for people that have been paying attention, I did go back to some of her posts. There was a particular one where she wore a silver dress. In that silver dress, it had like work in front.
It was very busy.
It was busy in front. If you paid attention, you would have actually seen that there was something going on under that stuff in front. Also, there was another event that I saw where she had worn a black t-shirt on this Ashoke baggy pants. I was looking at it, like it's like something is going on.
Were you looking at it with these eyes there? Or is it when she released the video, you now said, oh, no wonder.
Okay, how about I shock you? Sharon Oja. she did a video for an advert for a particular product, and from that video I can tell that she's already pregnant. So these are,
well, I mean, Sharon's own is one that everyone is looking forward to, you know, with the Adobe silencer, with the way she has put on, you know, a healthy weight. You know,
no, they don't
I don't
get,
think
you don't
it's
get,
going to be
you don't get her
so
to go
surprising.
marry where you know
You
go
know,
add
but
the
it's
weight.
surprising.
Because
But sure, you see this real Warri Pikin. Oh, it was surprising because, you know, a lot of people thought that's okay, she don't reach her
and
last
also
weight.
another thing people need to realize is that when it comes to these celebrities, many times they have a gallery of pictures that they have not posted. They have a gallery of videos. You know, it might just happen to you today where you just feel good today and you decide to make a video, and then for some reasons you don't post it.
True.
And then you wake up 2 months later and you're like,
And
oh,
you just decide
let
to
me...
post it. I mean,
Which
celebrities have a huge gallery of. I mean, take Taoma for example.
Yeah.
People didn't really
Exactly,
know
when she was pregnant,
but
when she
kept,
gave birth.
she was
Yes.
consistent. She kept on posting and posting. And
Yeah.
all, you know. So at the time when Katrina came out to make her post and be like, "Oh, you're a celebrity. Why are you lying to people? Just tell people the truth." You know, a lot of people were like, "Hey, I said it. She tied something there. It wasn't real." But you know, real Warri Pikin decided to just.
Yeah, because
Answer
you know,
us.
based on that, they were, you know, people thinking that she wore the belly actually was them leaning towards the fact that, hello, you're using a surrogate.
Yes,
why not just come out to say
and
this
say,
is what
yeah,
you're doing?
yeah.
And
And
I just
educate
looked at
people.
it. Initially, I was like, she already has 3 children. Why would she
Want to have another?
in fact, for me, to be honest, the way I see this particular child, I might be wrong, but I don't know, maybe it was just a child that's, you know, it wasn't really in the
There are
works.
actually children like that. So,
And the reason I'm
me
saying
for
that-
example, I mean,
You, Abby?
me for example, you know, no one would have thought that I would be in this world, you know, considering the fact that
They don't close shop.
they don't, that grandchildren don't even take ground before I come in.
You see, the reason why I'm really thinking towards that direction, especially for real Warri Pikin, is the fact that if you remember that she had worked on her body recently, and I feel that for a woman to actually say, you know what, I want to work on my body, it's a woman who has come to the point where she's like, you know what, I'm done with children. Because again, children have a way, pregnancy has a way of,
But the body is too,
you know,
it's too beautiful to ignore.
Exactly.
It's too beautiful to ignore. So there's one thing what is true there. I mean, while some people are happy in their marriages and having kids and all of that, there is this story of a lady that has gone viral saying that her partner canceled the wedding because she refused to get pregnant before the marriage or before the wedding.
Before the wedding.
Like that. And people have come. Funny thing how I went through the comment section and a lot of people were saying, since you've refused, move on with your life. Yes, the man has to be sure that he's not getting married to someone that is married. What is your own take? Because, I mean, there is this influencer that came out to say, see, under no circumstance, no matter how sweet that relationship is, do not get pregnant before marriage. And now this is a lady that is saying, no, I'm not going to do this before marriage. And people are coming for her for not doing it.
It's quite sad. I mean, I know that there are some traditions that have that, you know, if the woman does not get pregnant, then she cannot go. But to be honest, I feel like as a woman, as a lady, you know what you want, you know your values, and just stand with what you... I mean, fine, the relationship might end, great. But I think you should stand true to yourself and be, you know, firm, stick your ground, and make a decision that you'll be able to stand up to and fight for in future. Because let's assume, you know, you go ahead, you get pregnant, God forbid bad thing, the guy now, you know, maybe passes on along the way.
Or maybe you get
changes.
pregnant. I mean, they say pregnancy brings out the true color of men sometimes.
Or,
so
you know, maybe you even
get married and he feels like, you know what, since we already have each other, there's no point doing other traditional rites.
Exactly.
We've done introduction. Let's use the money to take care of the child. Or maybe you get pregnant now and he now realizes
and
that,
you give birth to a girl and he says, no, it's a boy that I
or
want.
when you get pregnant, he now realizes that, oh, you're not really the love of my life.
Or as your body has changed now, you will say no.
You are no longer the spec. So I think the girl did what was best for her at the time. And it's important that people do what is best for them in any form of relationship.
Take a stand that you can fight for.
You know that you can fight for. Sheila now is taking a stand and Israel is not having it.
You see those two, eh?
Israel is seriously fighting anybody that he sees around
Allegedly.
Sheila. Allegedly. I mean, the most recent one now is that with Phyna. Phyna went on a vacation or friendship trip with Sheila to Mauritius.
somewhere on the islands,
somewhere,
all those islands.
you know. And then Israel saw that and sent a DM to Phyna
Phyna.
saying, what are you doing with her? You being a friend with her will stop men from seeing you. No responsible man will want to approach you because you are friends with this. And Phyna was like, Uncle, I didn't understand though. I mean, who are you to tell me who to be friends with? I mean, yes, you guys were once married, you guys are divorced. Allow her live her life now. How would you come telling an adult who to be friends with? It makes, I mean.
So like I did say, I think that, to be honest, I'm not sure, or it's not even I'm not sure, Israel has not moved on. And I think that
This love is serious.
he doesn't know how to, I think there's a little bit of ego there where you don't necessarily know how to gain your woman's attention back. So instead of gaining her attention directly, you're trying to go through the
Corners.
indirect this thing.
They're
But
trying to go
unfortunately,
through
the
the
person that
corners.
he messaged, that one, she's not
Go
particularly
direct. Stop
okay
cutting
like
corners.
that. But you know, one of the things I've also said is that Sheila should not pretend like she has not gained anything from being married to
most
Israel.
definitely she
And I
did.
am even talking about in terms of the popularity
Yeah.
that she is getting, or
Yeah.
she has gotten, especially after the divorce.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these associations that she has now have become public thanks to Israel.
Yes.
So she, as much as the marriage has packed up, as much as she feels like, she was trying to change her husband or something like that, let's not pretend like
Let's
a
not
lot of
pretend. A lot of
this
things.
this celebrity status in code that you have attained now.
It's because of,
Israel
yes.
has actually paid
Let's
he has
not
played
lie.
there. We can't deny that, But yeah, like I said earlier, Israel needs to move on. Sheila, with
allow
the
her.
rate at which she's going now, I'm not sure that
She's stopping anytime
she's
soon
going to
or
come back to Israel, unfortunately.
Come back to who? I mean, I feel like they should just be happy. Israel should do well to move on. There are 1,001 girls out there that want to have a taste, be closer to Davido.
But then again,
be
on
orgas.
Israel's defense, don't you think that before he met Sheila, there were other girls within his circle that he had seen? There's a reason why. There's a reason why it was Sheila.
He felt like Sheila was, his church member. They both attended Winners.
God-fearing.
God-fearing.
I'm a pastor. Yeah.
Then she said she was a virgin. She would only get intimate with whoever gets married.
Yeah.
All those things. And to him, it felt like, oh, this is a very responsible person. She's young. She knows what she wants. And why not? Why not? I mean, I'm going to have a peaceful marriage. But unfortunately, he himself have come out to say all these things that he has listed is not what guarantees a successful
Of course,
marriage.
people learn the hard way, sadly.
Yeah. Anyways, we're not done. This is just the first part of social moments. We'll be right back to spill more tea.
Tell us about your experience here at Wakati Studios.
It's been a great experience, very professional staff. It's been a smooth experience, a good shoot, and it's sad that this is just my first time here. I didn't even know that this studio existed, but now that I know, hopefully we'll be back by God's grace. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how you feeling? What's going on? Waiting to happen. It's your main man, Banky Wellington, and you are tuned in to Wakati TV. Keep it locked.
You're welcome back, guys. We still have a lot of juicy gist for you. And we are moving on to the story of Chief Iwuanyanwu. This man passed away and left, is rich man. Like, he left money. He left affluence and influence for his wife and for his children. But this affluence and influence, he has a clause.
He has clause.
Clause.
And it is that clause
Yes,
now that
wanna
has set
talk. Yes.
internet on fire. Like, a lot of people are like, this man is wicked, So people, that like double wahala for dead body. He don't die since last year. But I sure say plenty people, they cause him like this because of will where he drop. And some people are saying, well, he's right. I mean, person no fit work, make monkey chop. I mean, how do they say that?
Wow.
Another
thing that, okay, so let's get into the will in itself. Yeah. So what had happened was this man passed, and of course, as a wealthy man, he has properties, money, and all of these things that he's willed down to his wife and children. Logical, right? But the condition for the wife is that she doesn't get married to another man. if she does get married to another man, then she will relinquish all that he has willed to her.
You hear that English?
Relinquish. And, this is where the controversy is. And, first of all, the reason why I think that clause had come up is because the wife is still, relatively young.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure that when the lawyer was with the, chief before he passed and, putting up all these wills, I had seen a post on social media, X to be precise, where I think this guy was a lawyer. I'm not exactly sure, but he had come out to say that these questions do come up when people are putting out their will, because the lawyer will be like, so in case of this,
yeah.
what should happen? In case of blah, 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 what should happen? And this is actually quite important, because sometimes that if a woman remarries, then her name changes again. So for instance, if the will had said the remaining of my property should go to Mrs. LKJ Biobaku, do you get? Now, Mrs. LKJ Biobaku has remarried, and then she's now Mrs. LKJ Oluwaloye. So at the end of the day, that's the name now contradicts. So there's a contradiction in the name on who is actually to get the property.
Yeah.
For some people, give their wife and they'll be like, okay, she's not allowed to get married, within 10 years of my passing, within 5 years of my passing, and all of those things. And also, especially, I think that rich people do this a lot because they feel like there may be a conflict of interest in terms of, even raising of the children as well. Because once you get married to another person and you now have children with the other person. this the other child is maybe feeling like I'm still part of the family now. Why you people, that kind of thing. And also the fact that many times it's always about legacy for these rich people.
Yeah.
They want their children to follow up or to pick up from where they have stopped. Now, in cases where the children are not up to age to take over, say like businesses, for instance, the children are not up to the age where they can take over the businesses. So in that stead, the woman is the one who is allowed to handle these things. And it's just believed that, also when the woman now gets of age, she also will now pass it on to the children. So it's basically, I believe that it's a situation of, legacy, where the late person wants their legacy to continue and they don't want the wealth and the things that they have worked for to now just be given to another person on a platter of gold who doesn't know, how they say, Kumo, it just came out of nowhere and wants to come and sit down and
people actually think about that, looking at the age difference between both of them. He got married to Frances when she was just 26 and he was 72. After he had lost his late wife at the age of 63. So right now, she is in her prime. She's just 37, going 38. And he passed last year when he was 82. So he knows for sure that the woman's blood is still, very fresh and young. And men will rush, and men will rush her. And they have just one son together. Although the man has 5 kids with his late wife, but they have one son together. He did well, though. Gave her a house, gave her, willed his late wife's furniture business to her, gave her stakes, to some of his real estate properties, She's comfortable, but all of this will be yours, just like when Satan told Jesus. All of this will be yours.
On the condition that...
If you... But so you say all of this is going to be yours and will remain yours if you don't remarry. The moment you remarry, that's all. You have to leave all of this. And, a lot of people have come out to say, why can a man be so wicked?
It's not wickedness.
It's not wickedness. That's the thing with some women that are being referred to as trophy wives. They have money and... they are after money. They are after the wealth. And some of them do not really get something important out of that marriage, maybe gather enough wealth out of that marriage.
So
and
for some of them, the places that they have entered, because of that man, or the places that they can enter because of the name that they have, is more than enough for them to build a legacy even after the man's passing.
So do you think this woman is going to leave?
Wait now.
All of this?
Also, the condition did not stop her from having boyfriend. The condition did not stop her from, having man friend. He just told her she should not remarry. So, it's a win-win for her. She will be befriending as many as she can friend.
And let's not forget that the man is an Igbo man. The woman too is Igbo. So, too much sense.
So if you get for it. calculation and calculation.
She's definitely going to find a way around it. She's
yes,
not going to, Igbo woman, she's not going, she'll make sure she won't lose out of the inheritance and lose out of her marriage too, of her life.
So she's going to win on every end. And speaking about winning on both sides or on all sides, I don't know if you remember this song, Yeah, Golona, Shemojo, Me My Lover, the one that Olamide sang. So the Yemi My Lover, for people that don't know, Yemi My Lover is a movie that was released in 1993. It was written and produced by Yemi Ayebo. And he has come out to say that Olamide did not compensate him for using the name Yemi My Lover in his song.
Intellectual property theft.
Mekene.
Then Kono.
On top, Yemi My Lover.
Yes.
You don't know what's wrong with him. Because I personally think that it's an entitlement thing. Because it's not like this thing is a song that Olamide lifted. It's the title of a movie, number one. It's also a character in a particular movie. It's just like you say, a homie, Achalugo. Where did the Achalugo become popular from? I'm not saying where did the word originate from now.
But where it became
popular from the Omoni Oboli movie. Yes, so based on that movie, a lot of ladies will call themselves Achalugo. So now Olamide lifts the name Yemi My Lover, insinuating that, hello, do I resemble Yemi My Lover? Like, do I resemble Biza Biza? Do I resemble somebody that you don't know what I want to use my money for? You now say you should compensate you because you use Yemi My Lover.
You know that if we look at it literally, right? Yemi My Lover is just, a word, like you said. So he shouldn't compensate the Yemi Ayebo.
Like I say, Oja my coast.
Like that. But then if we look at it creatively, Yemi My Lover goes beyond just that word, just that name, just that character. It is a full movie. The title of the movie was Yemi My Lover. And the story revolved around that Yemi My Lover. And that Yemi, in that movie, he was a mumu for love. He did a lot of things for love. So, Olamide using that line, he did not just use that line. He used like the whole movie itself, the whole creative idea itself. So that is why what's his name? Yemi Ayebo is coming to say you did not even. The only thing right here now is we don't know if he trademarked.
He did not, because if he
that
did,
name
he
or
would
that
have
movie or something like that. But if he did, if there was something, copyright or whatever on it, there is a possibility that Olamide will have to, pay something.
But honestly, I don't think it works like that, because that means that other artists who are mentioning other artists. So, for instance, let's say a Drake who mentions maybe Jay-Z in his song. That means he will not have to pay.
You just said mentions. So this one now, like I said, it is beyond that just Yemi My Lover. If that line was just mentioned in the movie, just like the Achalugo you mentioned now, it was mentioned in the movie and it became popular. It wasn't the title of the movie. It wasn't the whole movie itself. But this Yemi My Lover now, it goes beyond just being mentioned. It was the whole movie itself.
So if I talk about Empire State, for instance, now Empire State, that's a song Jay-Z and what's this lady's name, Alicia Keys now. So if I mention like something like Jay-Z in Empire State,
first of all,
because I mentioned Jay-Z and Empire State, Jay-Z will now tell me that I'll not be.
First of all, who are you in the work of things? Who are you?
Again, I'm going to say that it's an entitlement mentality, and I feel like he should have taken it, with the heart of, at least people within that, generation, when, when that song was released, it will give people a nostalgic feeling like, that movie, Yemi My Lover. And it will make people curious to say, okay, what exactly is Yemi My Lover?
Well, what if it is actually Yemi My Lover, that line, that made that particular song popular? That's the reason why he wants to come out to say, you know what? I think I deserve something from this song.
That's not what made the song popular.
See, if we go on this particular issue, we won't live here.
Yes, but speaking about entitlement, so you guys remember that guy, Ananzo?
But was his own entitlement?
Now,
it was promise and fail issue.
Wait, we'll get there now.
Okay.
So remember that Ananzo? Yes, it's that Ghanaian TikToker that sang Davido's Anomaly song with you, that Davido had promised $5,000. He has come out to say that Davido has not fulfilled the promise.
You never smell.
Now let's be careful to state that it's not as if the guy came out and said, "Oh, Davido, how far? You've not paid the money where you promised me." No, of course, after that whole series, that whole incident, he became popular, and
Yeah.
they've been inviting him to talk shows, radio, TV, and everything. So this particular TV station he went, they now asked him like, "Oh, has Davido fulfilled the promise?" To be fair on the guy, he was trying to be, he didn't want to answer the question directly and everything, until eventually they now asked him like, and then he now went on to say that even if Davido doesn't pay him the money, that his followers increased from about 200K to almost to about 800. He said that currently he has over 100K, over 800K followers.
That's saying
that with the followers he has, if he's consistent, he can actually make that $5,000 in no time. He had talked about the fact that now he's now getting gigs and all of these things. And so even if Davido doesn't give him the $5,000, he's actually grateful for the exposure that he has gotten from, this whole thing. However, people have started calling Davido promise and fail and everything. But I remember that in the tweets, Davido told him, 5,000K USD for you. Contact, or maybe send a DM.
So maybe he has not sent the DM, or maybe he has, but they are pretty busy and they've not reached out to him. This interview now might make them say, "Oh, that's true. So you haven't given this guy this."
Maybe Davido will see, because maybe somebody somewhere is sitting on the money, and Davido will now see it now and be like,
stand up from that money.
You know that in this Nigeria sometimes,
there must be somebody sitting on somebody.
There mustn't be somebody. There may be
somebody. Anyways, let's not call him promise and fail yet. Because everything that is still allegedly. That's the word of the season. So we are allegedly done with social moment.
No, we're not allegedly done.
We are not
done allegedly. We will be back.
We'll be back for social finds. All right, welcome back, and it's time for social finds. Okay, now, no, let's go look at what I found first.
Couldn't afford it anymore. Bye. Hey, wait a minute. I've already got one of those. I have to give her back. She's too expensive. Hey, don't take backsies. Bring her back. She's too expensive. No. I already got one.
She's all yours. She's way too expensive.
Hey, Kareem, I can't afford both of them. I got her mother. No, take me with you.
I want to ask, what is it with us? Like, are we really that expensive? Come on.
No, I think for me, I'll just start off with wahala for woman will be expensive.
I mean, we are considerate set of individual humans.
Why are you selling your market?
No, just they try to talk. Say this video just they lie against us, because we are understanding. We try to manage with our spouses. Finances. Now we be say you go give us money for one thing, we go use and cook like 5 different soups. So why would they do that and say we are expensive?
But there are actually women that are expensive.
Now what for you, say? What did you do with that line, women supporting women? Where did you throw it?
The fact that I'm supporting women doesn't mean that I should see bad thing. I will not support it.
But come on, we are not that expensive.
You say you are not that expensive. You know yourself. There are people that are actually that expensive.
Look at the man that said, "Take me with you."
You go to that I don't say.
You don't see shaggy.
I mean, women are expensive, to be honest. Let's look at it. They'll be the ones to collect money from some women. They'll collect money for wig, collect money for clothes, collect money for shoe, collect money for makeup, collect money for new
So we should not look good again.
Nobody say you should not look
so
good.
So looking good is now the EU now.
It's not the EU, but sometimes having tampering messy with justice when you want to, collect some of these things. Because men's things are expensive. It's just that men, they don't buy every time, lira, like we women. We women, we don't know
if we want to actually look at this thing, men's stuff are actually more expensive than that of women.
Yes, but men don't buy, or let me say, many men don't buy as consistently as women do buy.
And because our stuff are not as expensive.
Yeah, but it's not
if
expensive.
You get a very good hair, you can wear it for years.
It's not as expensive.
If you get a very good shoe, you wear it for years.
Yes, but we know they stop at one. See, men can have one black, one brown, shoe in terms of shoe, and they're good to go. But women, red, blue. That's why they now remember that they need matching purse to that blue thing.
I know
and then
that
they now say that the blue shoe,
a lot of men
the shade
watching
of
this
blue.
right now will be hailing more and be like,
Yes, now.
More is that woman.
No, not say that this one is
Yeah.
turquoise blue, but this one is olive blue.
So you're trying to say now that between myself and Mo, I am the one who is likely to get returned to her parents by her partner.
Now you.
Anyway.
Okay, guys, let's go check out what I found.
Lorile, Odigombe.
It's not fair. Because Oja, you know if them say, you know if them say that he never do you before.
I don't understand you.
Oh,
What
you know
you
they
do?
wear heels
What
like
you do
that.
to put slippers inside bag?
That's the issue. You're not. If you're someone like me who doesn't like carrying slippers around, like you would have experienced, not necessarily to the point of you, but
Yeah.
at least your essay will
Yeah,
shift
yeah,
there.
yeah,
But
so
I feel bad for her because I know that she struggled to stay away
she
from the
really
ground.
struggled.
To the point, and the good part is that happened in a country where they obey, road lines.
Imagine such happening to you in Oshodi with all those yellow buses.
It should take the grace of God for you to survive that.
I'm
Because the
telling
speed
you.
that vehicle will be coming up with.
And she actually...
Yeah, she used, it was the front of her face that she
my
used to.
goodness.
And you know the funny thing is that slipper she was wearing, it wasn't even, number one, it wasn't really high. Number two, it wasn't even pencil heel. It was like, this block
These
fat
things just
heels.
happen.
Yeah.
Once in a while it happens. So.
Yeah, I feel bad for her.
I feel bad for her. It was a little bit funny, but not funny at all. You know?
Sorry.
So if you're
Funny, not
the
funny.
type that you're not really good with heels, and forget doing fine girl, put slippers.
Oja,
for
I
bag.
put it to you that it's not a matter of how good you are with heels. Have you not been in a situation where
but just
wait,
still.
has this never happened to you before? You're moving, you're walking normally, and then all of a sudden
You feel like
some people
floating.
start staring at
Staring
you,
at you,
and then you're like,
in order to avoid situations like, anyways, it's true though. It's true. Some people are so comfortable on heels, but these things still happen.
Yeah, like
these
me.
things still happen. Just
I like to carry my small petite bag, because if I'm carrying a small petite bag, where I won't put slippers inside that kind of bag.
I like carrying big bags. So there will be slippers, there will be
Like
water,
just
there will
so
be
that you can
everything.
enter the bag in case
there
of
will be change
emergency.
of clothes, girl. There will be, free clothes. So when I'm done attending that event, I go to the restroom and change to one balablo, one very big thing.
You see, you never can tell. If you be that road trip now, your God said good day.
It
But
didn't
you
still
don't,
matter.
you are
It didn't still
changed.
matter.
You are do like chameleon. They see you in event looking like a chalugo. You come out of the event, you are looking like a
Do you know that?
like a labalubu. I'm waiting with that.
This just reminded me of Sunday. So I'm a lay reader in my church, Catholic church. So we go for rehearsals on Saturday. So on Sunday they said, oh, we should all come together to take pictures for a broken or. And when I came to take the picture, the leader was like, sorry, are you a lay reader? Are you one of us? We're not like, yes, no. Others were like, yes. She said, sorry, what's your name? I said, my name is Joy. Joy, you came yesterday.
You went in looking like Joy.
You
came out looking like Labubu.
We ought to talk about Labubu, actually.
Next episode, we'll talk about Labubu, because the craziness of Labubu is not even funny. And I think that this is a good note. What do you think?
Yeah. We spilled enough tea for today. And trust me when I say this tea, we carry you till next week. It won't get cold. It goes still dey hot.
Yes.
So till we bring our beautiful faces your way some other time. My name is Otunjoy Abosede. You can do all to call me Oja.
And I am the voice of Mo. Do have yourself a splendid weekend and week ahead.
Bye.